परफेक्ट गार्डियन में आपका स्वागत है. वेलकम टू माय चैनल परफेक्ट गार्डियन, and I'll tell you about the difference between hostel life and home life. It is natural for anyone starting a new life away from home, especially those who are moving into a hostel, to be eager to find out the difference between hostel life and home life. Since hostel is away from home, the life in a hostel is certainly different from that in a home. Since a hostel is run by an educational institution and it is meant for the students to stay, it is quite natural that the authorities prescribe several rules and regulations for the students that stay in it during their study. However, sometimes these few rules can be very strict and makes the students not enjoy living in the hostel. Home life does not have such restrictions. There are more difference between hostel life and home life. Now, what is hostel life? As said before, hostel life is living away from home is another place. Educational institutes are the one who usually have hostels. Sometimes there are hostels for working men and women too. Whoever in a hostel life, you have to pay for your accommodation and living. The first experience the students face in the college hostel is that, unlike at home, they have to get up early during the hostel life. This can be tiring, but they have to obey the rules and regulations of the hostel. Moreover, the students who undergo hostel life are bound by the time to go to bed and the time to rise. Same goes for the meals. Students who live in hostels have to get used to eating for a specific schedule. Students who reside in the hostel should get prior permission from the authorities or the warden to leave for their homes during weekends. Some hostels insist that the students should get permission at least 1 week before the departure from the hostel. Hostel life is bound by rules regarding the maintenance of strict discipline within the campus. Hostel life sometimes insists that the students should pass in all the subjects to continue to stay in the premises. Students have to face limitations in hostel life when it comes to entertainment and leisure. They are supposed to go out of the premises only after taking prior permissions from the hostel authorities or the warden. At the same time, they are allowed to watch the television placed in a common room only. In some hostels, students are not supposed to carry cell phones with them or use them outside the rooms. They are not supposed to have internet connections to their personal computers. There are strict rules regarding the browsing of the internet. Browsing can be done only from the common internet center in the hostel premises. Also, boys and girls have to stay separately in different accommodations in hostels. Whatever, the hostel life has its own share of advantages, as well as an introvert may not like the hostel life as it has less privacy, but an extrovert may enjoy the fun of living with colleagues. Now, home life. On the other hand, home life is free from rules and regulations. Strict rules and principles do not bind the students who attend to the college from home. They have the liberty to act according to the wish. This is one of the main difference between hostel life and home life. Moreover, students need not to get up early when they attend to the college from home. They can follow their own timings. They are not bound by time to go to bed and the time to rise. Then, the students who enjoy home life are not bound by the time to take lunch and dinner. Home life is not bound by any rules regarding the maintenance of discipline, but you are expected to be self-disciplined. Also, the students do not have to fear of losing a place to stay when they are going to college from home, as their parents would never throw them out if they got failed in one subject, sometimes even all. In home life, you are provided all possible facilities and does not prescribe a fee for the use of them. When you are a student living in your home, you can use your phone freely and you can browse the internet from your personal computer without restrictions. Now, in short, what is the difference between hostel life and home life? Rules and regulations do not bind home life Hostel life is bound by rules and regulations. To be able to live in a hostel, you have to pay fees. No fees is needed to enjoy home life. Phones, internet cannot be used freely in hostel life, while it is not so in the home life. Getting up, going to bed, eating and almost everything is done according to a strict timetable in hostel life. In home life, you have the freedom to do what you want at what time you want. Failing an exam does not threaten home life, but sometimes it threatens hostel life. Boys and girls have separate accommodation in hostel life. Hostel life has its own share of advantages as well. You have the fun of living with colleagues. So thank you. Please subscribe to my channel Perfect Guardian and give your comments.